Yo, what up? It's your boy BAZ Mayor, and I really don't want to put out 3 negative videos in a row, but something really needs to be done with this game. The honeymoon period is over. All the bullcrap in this game is really starting to take a toll on me, and I'm just having less and less fun each day. Now let's start out with the asinine weapon balance. I know I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but the SMGs are still utterly useless. They have nothing going for them except for faster movement speed, but that means nothing when the ARs are objectively better in every other way besides ADS speeds. And that's not even enough of a difference to mean anything, not when the ARs have a comparable fire rate, better damage, and are more accurate. In fact, unless you're going for challenges, there is no reason to use anything other than an AR or an LMG, with a couple exceptions I'll get into in a minute. Now I understand that they designed the ARs to be the main class this time around, but did the SMGs really need to be complete garbage to make that happen? And the handling and headshot nerfs on the ARs, what was the point of that? It didn't solve anything, and really just made it pointless to go for headshots unless, again, you're going for challenges. Now I know I've said this a million times, but they need to just buff the damage for SMGs at close range so that they have a purpose. Revert the headshot nerf so good aim matters again, and if you're worried about flinch headshots, then guess what? Lower the flinch, except for the snipers. And speaking of the snipers, good lord, the paladin. They really need to do something about that weapon because it is just flat out too strong. Look at this clip right here. I do everything perfectly. I'm using a gun that suits the map, my aim is on point, I hit first shot, and I'm not missing any shots, and I still get dropped in an instant. This is absurd, and I don't want to hear anything about how hard it is to pull off, because just because something is hard to do, that doesn't mean that it's balanced. Seriously, why is this okay, but headshot damage needed to be nerfed to be pointless? Why is this okay, but the ICR needed to reload slower? Why is this okay, but Crash needed to get less score for his ammo pack? Why is this okay, but the Elo sight needed to get nerfed? Being able to get a one-shot quickscope at close range while getting lit up like a Christmas tree with no flinch is perfectly fine, but a sight that does literally nothing but provide a clearer view needed to make it so you had more recoil. Let that sink in. And while we're talking about a clear view, whose idea was it to put the strobe light in the game? Who said, hey, let's make this big bright light that blinds you, disables your aim assist, and could literally trigger an epileptic seizure, and make that an attachment on the semi-auto shotgun? And everyone just said, yeah, that's a great idea. Everyone involved in that needs to be fired and needs to never be allowed anywhere near a game development studio for the rest of their lives. Just why? Why would you even think of putting something that broken and nonsensical in the game? And the specialists are really starting to get real old, real fast. Why is all this bullcrap in the game? The dog, the 9-bang, the shield, reactive core, war machine, gravity slam, mesh mines, seeker drones. This is all so dumb. And now that everyone knows how to use all this crap effectively, the game's just chaos half the time. If I wanted to deal with all this broken free kills participation trophy hero shooter crap, I'd still be playing Overwatch. When are we gonna get a no specialist mode? In fact, when are we gonna get some more game modes, period? We had gun game last week, but that's a temporary mode. Why can't we have modes like this permanently? And what about prop hunt? And what happened to safeguard and fracture? We just got team tactical with today's update, but that's just some of the regular modes with 3 versus 3 instead of 5v5 or 6v6. So we need some new game modes soon, because I'm getting tired of playing these sweatfest objective game modes and these constant spawn flipping deathmatch modes with everyone jumping all over the place. And why is the jump height so high anyway? It's been so many times I've had people jump over my bullets or jump over me in a gunfight. Y'all might as well have kept this a jetpack game if you're gonna have the characters jump so high. And speaking of sweatfest, the matchmaking is just utterly broken right now. I don't know what happened with that last update, but it is terrible. I feel like I went back in time to 2008 with some of these matches I get into. High ping, host migrations. I can't believe I'm still getting host migrations in 2018. I can't believe I'm still getting hosts, period, in 2018. And even the dedicated servers I get on are garbage, or at least too far away from where I live, and I live in the US, so there should be no shortage of servers for me to get on. But I can't seem to get on any that have a decent ping. It's been cases where I've been on player hosts with better ping than what I get with the daddies. And the Dallas, Texas server that I used to get on in previous games, I can't seem to ever get on that one. I don't know if there's issues with that server or if I'm just not playing the right mode, but something is not right. I'm hesitant to say that it's skill-based matchmaking because almost every game I play is completely one-sided, but the matchmaking is 100% not based on ping at all. Otherwise, I'd be able to get on that Dallas server with no problems, and I wouldn't be getting matched on servers across the world or in California at best. And I wouldn't be dealing with constant connection interruptions and server disconnects making me lose progress. Also, y'all need to do something about these players using McDonald's Wi-Fi and teleporting around the map like a Dragon Ball Z character. I mean, just look at some of these clips. We already dealt with this in Black Ops 3, and this is somehow still an issue 3 years later? And I'm tired of constantly getting put in games in progress too. I know the game ain't dead, it just came out less than a month ago. So why can I barely ever get put in a fresh lobby? And there's still plenty of bugs and glitches that need fixing too ASAP. People are having their challenges reset back to 0. The pre-order specialist outfits are disappearing for people. The game still crashes frequently. As a matter of fact, in zombies, it's so bad that it's literally impossible to finish one of the Easter eggs without abusing glitches, because otherwise the game just crashes or blue screens before you can reach it the legit way. And what is up with all these exploits? You got people getting out of bounds on different maps. Jitter mods are back with a vengeance. And the worst one is this speed glitch that everyone is doing, where they're somehow able to stack a bunch of skulker perks and start sliding around the map at light speed. And then it gets even worse when they combine this with the jitter mod and the strobe light. The game is already ruined when you have just one person doing this crap. So if you have a whole team doing this, the game is flat out unplayable. And it's been at least 2 weeks that people have been doing this, and there's still no fix for it yet. And you can't even count on these losers getting banned because they'll leave the lobby immediately, and you can't even report them because the recent players tab doesn't even work. So it's just the wild, wild west out here. What are y'all waiting on, Treyarch? Do y'all just not care anymore because y'all got our money now? Are y'all too busy working on the blackjack store to give a crap about actual problems with the game? Because we know that's coming this month, and once that drops, it's probably over with for fixing real issues with the game. This is gonna be all about getting people to buy into this cash grab black market system. Probably by introducing some OP weapons that can only be gotten out of reserves or their sorry excuse for special orders, and bogging down the game with so much useless cosmetic crap that the game can barely even run properly. Just like what happened with Black Ops 3. And this game has enough trouble running smoothly as it is with all the frame drops and crashes. So I hate to see what it's gonna be like once there's a bunch of cosmetic filler weighing down the game. I mean, they did just announce that they're gonna have a double tier level up weekend for the black market. So maybe they are listening. At least I hope so anyway. but the game is still a mess right now, and Treyarch has a lot of work to do to get the game back in an acceptable condition. The launch was alright, but more and more issues just seem to keep popping up, and the game feels like it's actively getting worse. Treyarch needs to act fast before people start dropping the game, and we're right back where we were last year, with people just going to play Fortnite or PUBG, or in this case, probably Red Dead Redemption 2. Either way, the game needs to be fixed. If you like what you see, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. BAZ Mayor, and I'm out. Peace.